Rocketman is a biographical drama film and is directed by Dexter, Fletcher and stars Taron Egerton. And the film follows the early career of Elton John and his struggles with alcohol and drugs. First off, I just want to say that I liked this movie. And being completely honest, I think this film is better than Bohemian Rhapsody. However, it's only slightly better. This is a film I feel conflicted about. But to get it out of the way, here's what I liked about the movie. The performances from most of the actors were pretty good. Taron Egerton was good, Jamie Bell was excellent. I found myself to be very engaged with the story. And this film is presented in a sort of fantasy way. So at some points in the movie, this film breaks reality and becomes something that's totally not real. Which this side of the movie I actually didn't mind. The songs of course are just great. And with the songs they selected, I think they picked the right ones for this film. The movie as well was just entertaining and that's what I expected from it. Now, a lot of people will be comparing Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocketman, mainly because both films were directed by the same person, and these two films were released only months apart. So what I'm going to do now is do my own comparison, and which films did which stuff better. Firstly, like I said, the performances from most of the actors in Rocketman are better. The major downside with Bohemian Rhapsody was Rami Malek was the only good actor in that entire movie. If you were to talk to someone about Bohemian Rhapsody, the first thing that comes to their mind is Rami Malek, because he's the only actor in that movie that really stood out. With Rocketman, I felt like we got more good performances from more people. Like I said, Taron Egerton and Jamie Bell were good in this movie. However, I wouldn't say their performances are as good as Rami Malek's, because when Rami Malek played Freddie Mercury, I just saw Freddie Mercury. Because the moment you first saw his character, he just hooked you in, and you believed you were seeing the same person and feeling the same electricity that came from that person. With Taron Egerton as Elton John, it is easier to tell that an actor is playing Elton John, and every time he was on screen, my first thought was, that's Taron Egerton. Bohemian Rhapsody also had a great sense of scale, because whenever Queen played their songs to the audience, those moments felt epic and huge. With Rocketman, while Elton John does perform in front of a lot of people, it still feels rather small and contained, unlike the big explosion that was Bohemian Rhapsody's scenes. But the one thing I do have to give credit to Rocketman is this film wasn't afraid to show a bit of the darker side of Elton John. With Bohemian Rhapsody, that film suffered by showing a toned-down version of Freddie Mercury's story. And with Rocketman, the film does show the struggles of Elton John, like his drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and it also showed how much Elton John was an asshole to everyone around him. So it was nice to see two sides of Elton in the film. The one side where he's an entertainer to the masses, and the other side where he's going down a path of self-destruction. But here's where I feel conflicted about this movie. The film doesn't really do anything bad, it just does things questionable. Firstly, the way the film presents the music of Elton John is in the style of a musical. And with some of the songs, the musical style does work. However, with other songs, it just doesn't work. And here's my opinion on this. Most Elton John songs are not designed to be done as a musical number. It also bugged me how generally with most Elton John songs they're over 4 minutes long, but with this film they cut the songs in half, and that kind of takes away from the power of the songs, because Tiny Dancer and Rocketman are not the same songs if they're not played in their full length. And I know that this is a feature film, so they don't have the time to feature the full song, but they at least could have done it for one of the songs. Now, don't get me wrong, I still liked the way this film was presented in the style of a musical, but it probably would have worked better if this film wasn't done as a musical. Overall, while I still liked this film and I thought it was okay, this movie felt like it was lacking in some key places. As I said, the performances are fine, the musical sequences for what they are okay, and I still found enjoyment with this film. My only real nitpicks with the movie are the choices this film makes. But again, that's not majorly a bad thing, and I'm gonna give Rocketman an 8 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to my channel below. As always, I'm NETX5. Thank you for watching.